Hi, it's Derek here. Welcome to yet another in a series of short video snippets about creativity, innovation, and associated topics. The thing I'd like to mention today is the topic of measuring. I've been involved in working with some household names where people just love to measure productivity. There are one or two others that I'm sure you can think of. I mean, we all like to think of Sports Direct and the associated furore in the news media about how they've treated their employees. It seems that we can measure how many widgets people pick up, how fast they walk, how long their toilet break is. But how good is it? When you think about it, what happens if an employee stops and takes the time to think about how they could maybe reduce the distance they walk, or not have to go to storage racks more times than they need to pick up the thing, to pack the order that they need to? Now, what about that? By forcing people or not allowing people to think, what you're actually doing is ruling out modes of thinking that could actually help your business. You're actually removing the likelihood of a business becoming more productive by not measuring the usefulness of thinking and not allowing for it. So what about a culture of innovation? One of the things about innovation is that we tend to work in groups. For a start, we tend to share things. Now, the things we measure, they don't actually look at group working most of the time. They look at individual working. How far you've walked, how many boxes you've carried, how many packages you've packed, or whatever. Nothing whatsoever about working as a team. Also, what happens when a team member has a bad day? In reality, you find that other team members will rally around and help them through the day. But the measurement systems that we tend to use basically throw those people under a bus. They focus on individuals. If you have a bad day, nobody wants to help you. So what we find is that the core features of innovation are actually killed by productivity tools. Also, innovation is all about risk. It's about ambiguity. Are we allowing these things to be used, exploited, measured? No, not really. So the three things that innovation measurement, or measuring closely a system where we want to innovate, is that the tools do not measure the usefulness of thinking. Core features of innovation can be killed by the productivity tools. And also, productivity tools are simply looking at the wrong things. Then, of course, there is the issue. By introducing a system, the system itself is making us less productive because there's an overhead associated with carrying out and recording these measurements. So think about it. You may want to keep track of what's going on in your business, but how much do you actually want to focus on measurement at the expense of actually making money and selling products? Bye for now.